Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lights Out League Racing Season 31. And we're with the Div 1 boys for round 4 at Singapore. And it's been a while. It's been a couple of seasons since we've been here at Marina Bay. But it's about time we got back. And it's just funny how the calendars fell. We've got a big string of street circuits, and this is another one which will test these lads' perseverance and skill, and even more so, it's a sprint format. We'll be doing one-shot quali. Yeah, I think the setup is... I think so. I don't know. I can't remember last time I did a sprint. It was changing over to... if anyone knows in the chat, answer Lennon. I'm not 100% sure. But what I am sure is we'll be getting underway with one-shot quali any second now. And let's get ourselves set. A full grid, which is absolutely fantastic for this stage of the game cycle. And we'll jump on with Amadi for the first flying lap. It's a sprint, so it's not quite a night setting as of yet, as he comes out of turn 3 of the S-Bends. Along to turn 5, you brake around 145 kilometers an hour. You want to carry as much speed on the exit down Raffles Boulevard, one of the fastest parts of the circuit where we're going to see some overtakes happen. Amadi currently running in P5 around a hard braking zone of turn 7. Turn 8 hit the apex, 90-degree right-hander. Benji Boy and Ted Head have both crashed out by the looks of it. Ted Head, one of the favourites of the race. Good evening, Damon Hill. Oh, you're going to watch a good show. Down the fast flying left-handed blind corner of turn 10, the Singapore Sling. A very intricate part of the circuit as we cross over the Anderson Bridge. Left-hand tight hairpin of turn 13. Unlucky for some. Open the DRS. Crossing the Anderson Bridge, Esplanade Bridge, sorry. Approaching turn 14. Another right 90-degree right-hander where it's very easy to validate. Fastest middle sector from the Sauber driver. Callum has crashed out as well. I'm guessing that turn 14. The chicane here of turns 16 and 17 goes wide as possible. Flat out round turn 18 and 19. Across the finish line. And Amadi takes pole with a 28.3 to follow his pole from last week. And the Scotsman is on form at this stage of the season. It looked like he was out of it, but managed to find out the last couple of sectors. Pulled it out of the bag. And Amadi is some form after 1 or 2 seasons where he just hasn't seemed to be at it. He's at it for now. 128.3. Brutus joins him on the front row. Portuguese Beast. P3 with Michael alongside him on P4 and gets P1 in the Sprint Elite. Benedict P5, P6 Pound 6, Capsock 7th, Westgate, Terry's Reds 9th, and Adamaka round off the top 10. Keys Geezer 11th, 12th for Lennon, Timo and AJ on row 7. Catamise and Bump Car Ben side by side with Lindsay and Callum behind them. Callum, Benji and Ted Head all invalidating their one-shot quali laps. It is, of course, qualifying from qualifying for the sprint as the night sets in. Now we'll just be having a couple of moments while drivers just adjust themselves for the race. Linzukin says he spun last corner. That wouldn't have helped, my friend. Damon Hill watching, of course, and you'll see him in the Div 2 race following this at 9 PM UK. We do have the 2 divisions, of course, and both full grids. As I said, fantastic to see. And Div 1 boys is 19 full-time drivers with 1 reserve. Benedict filling in the Mercedes for Jax Daniels. Benedict, the current Div 1 Elite champion, taking a breather for a season, which we're likely to see him for the updates in June. The season will run until the new game update, so which I'm sure we're all excited for. See, there's that Cadillac on the grid. Interesting to see how we're going to have extra people in the lobby. How they introduce the new rules and regulations. It's going to be exciting. I'm sure there'll be some critics, but they'll all still use the game and still race on the game. Yes, a reminder to everybody: do not ready up for qualifying. As drivers are trying to sort out their strategies. And we will get underway with the sprint. And we'll do a quick formation lap, which Amadi will lead us round. A good mix of medium hard tyres. It'll be quite interesting to see how everyone manages the tyres for last week's sprint. Damon Hill's complimenting me on my commentary skills. I'm an old gent. I'm turning 40 this Saturday, so I have a lot of knowledge over a lot of time, and plus I do get a little bit of tips off. Prepared for the race. Wesker Terry Reds colliding on the formation lap. Amadi leading us round. A former champion, of course. I think he got 4 in a row for Lights Out and has been stumped by Callum, and he'll be looking to try and retake for the final season of this game cycle. Brutus Beer joins us on the front row. Winner, of course, last week in Baku for the Platinum. A couple of reserve drivers beating him to the punch, but takes the win for Platinum, and proving some form is permanent. Portuguese better qualifying than last week on row 2, joined by Michael, who's dropped down to the elite, taking a place off Sedders. Benedict reserving, as I said earlier, on row 3, joined by Six Pompano, who was missing. Who's been missing a couple of races. Good to see him back. Capsock, best qualifying so far. Qualified into the wall though. What are you doing there? Get back in line. He's gone a bit deep at 14. Wesker and Terry Reds colliding already on the grid with Adamako round off the top 10. Adam, better form this season. It'll be interesting to see what he can do in this race, one of his best tracks. Kizagiza P11, and joined by his old Div 2 rival in on row 6. Timo P13, the current elite championship leader, joined by AJ. Can he finish a race for the first time this season? Katami's P15. With Bumper Car Ben alongside him, who's missed his grid spot. Linazukan P17, and then we've got Callum, the Div 1 champion, back-to-back, P18, no line, Benji, P19, and Ted Head finishing off the order after winning last week. Sprint will get underway as we've got 3, 4, 5. It's lights out, and away we go here in Marina Bay. And Amadi has retained the front, but Portuguese look on the outside of Brutus, who leaves him plenty of room through the S-bends, but Brutus gets back ahead on the inside of turn 3. A little bit of movement in the middle. Packers Adamako gained 2 places. Timo gained 4. Biggest losers Wesker, who's dropped all the way to the back. There is points on offer in the sprint, but not as many in the race, and not as much damage done. Ted Head up into P16, Ted up to 15 now as we speak. A big cluster of cars on this first lap as we approach turn 7, and a little bit of wheel bumping, but no damage done yet as Terry Reds, he's a ghost, but he's back with us. Lennon and Timo exchange positions. Lennon in a decent position in P9 for now after a fantastic race last week, getting P2 in Baku for the elite drivers. Benedict's getting up to P4 ahead of Michael. Where's Michael? P5. Benji and Bumper bumping cars down in P17. Benji, our Div 2 champion, taking... Oh, locks wheels to Bumper Car Ben as he collides with wall. I bet he's got a damaged wing. That won't help as Michael and Caps Lock battling at the service we started. The approach of the end of lap 1. And better caps lock in P5 in the Ferrari. Looking for his best result of the season. He's had an up and down season so far. Still early days. I think he's got an updated wheel this week with some interesting triggers. Let's hope they don't get in the way. I'm sure we'll hear the feedback from him. Ted Head up to P13 ahead of Terry Reds. Terry is, of course, getting P3 in the Elite last week. His best result of the season. And I'm sure he'll be looking to repeat that feat. Very quick lap this one, although there's so many 90-degree corners, it doesn't seem so. Plenty of places and opportunities to overtake, and we've seen some so far. Ahmed D has already pulled a gap away of almost 3 seconds to Portuguese. Of course, is racing no line for the first time this season, the same as Callum. Portuguese, a big train all the way down to Benji Boy in P17. Yeah, Damon, 3 seconds already to Dean. He's got a breathing space. And you've got that. He might be pushing too hard, but he's on the hard tyres as well, so they're going to last for the a whole sprint. Callum up to P15 ahead of AJ in the Aston. As we see Ted Head and Kata Music change positions. Alpine driver. A couple of weeks where he hasn't finished the race. As Terry Reds goes through as well. Katamis, a little bit of technical issues. And we'll be hoping to get some points on the board for the Alpine team. P14 and P18 for now. A little bit of gaps opening up as Lennon just dropping a bit from Adam in the Platinum McLaren. As Ted Head now working his way up the feed from the back of the field. This is going to be an incredible drive from the Haas. Now, as Damon mentioned, is D pushing too hard. Maybe Ted Head is pushing hard, trying to get himself up the order. He's got his teammate ahead of him. As Callum and Katamis exchanges. Callum, great overtake. Approaching turn 10. Brave place to overtake, but I thought Katamis didn't fight him too hard. Callum in his pink Visa carb will confuse me with the Alpines. He's one step away from wearing a skirt. You have a woman's clothes. Loss of traction there from Katamis as AJ all over the rear guard. AJ will have DRS. Has a look on the inside of 16, but slots behind him as Benedict, reserve driver, side by side with Brutus. Brutus got a good drag down the start finish straight. It's wheel to wheel as we approach turn 1. Brutus has the inside. Oh, just slightly squeezes Benedict, but I think Benedict won't want to impact the full-time driver's race. Further down, Ted Head getting past his teammate up to P10 now for the now full-time driver in the Haas. Who the fuck's he replaced? Who's he replaced? I know Michael's dropped down to the Visa Carb. Oh, he's replaced Michael. He's replaced Michael in the Haas, and Michael's dropped down in the Visa Carb and replaced Sedders. Fortunately, Sedders just couldn't commit anymore. Shame. So it's gaps are opening up. Portuguese has put his foot down a bit now, and he's got the gap down to 2 seconds. And Brutus now in the final posing position as Callum overtaking his admin rival and getting past Terry. Terry's fighting back there in the inside of turn 14. Callum getting better traction on the outside, and we'll have both have DRS. Are the mediums starting to struggle? Are they starting to struggle already? That'll be quite interesting. Ted on the inside of Lennon on the final corner. Great overtake for the Haas as AJ getting past Benji. Benji just struggling going in the pits. Does he have damage? He doesn't have damage. Benji retiring then. Maybe just saved himself a bit of time in the race. Six Pompano getting himself track limits as well, which is going to be crucial with a sprint format. Wesker retiring as well, so both calling it a day within the sprint. As Callum now finding his feet and his wheels, getting past Kizagiza up to P12. A big cluster of cars here as AJ and Katami's exchange positions. Katami's going deep, losing traction, coming out at 7. His teammate on the inside. Oh, that's not great team play, Katami's. Did he see him in his mirrors? He needs to clean them. Give him a bit of spit polish, nearly wipes him out. Not great team orders. Under 2 seconds now. Portuguese closing down on Amadi. I think Amadi just doing a bit of time management potentially as we're halfway through the sprint here in Singapore. But they've got a great battle here for P3. All the way down to Adamako. Pompano, of course, has got that track limit, so will find it difficult to get himself onto the steps. What have I done here with my... Weird. My stream was being a bit odd, but I think we're still in play. Great defence here from the Williams. Benedict is potentially choosing his moment. There's 4 DRS zones on this circuit, so plenty of opportunities to make an overtake. So you're going to have to manage your ERS perfectly as we approach turn 7 and turn 8. Timo and Lennon battling at turn 7 and 8. Timo on the inside of turn 8 but gets squeezed by Lennon. Has a slow traction coming out the corner, and Callum's going to overtake and take the opportunity as we go down St Andrews Road. And Timo has to slot himself behind the Visa Carb. Great driving from both, and a slight error and going off line for the Haas driver. And Callum's a wise old fox. And retiring from quali has put himself completely out of sync, and will potentially be happy of finishing in the top 10. Ooh, thought there was an opening in the inside of Lennon, but Lennon defends well, and will go around to start his 7th lap. Portuguese just not able to close the gap as yet. I think Amadi's just controlling this sprint absolutely perfectly. As we go back down and see Lenizukan overtaking his teammate with the help of DRS. They help each other to try and close the gap on AJ, but AJ's got a big gap. Does have the penalty though, so as long as they stay within the 3 seconds, they can jump up a position. As Callum does get past Lennon now, tries to. Oh, slight collision between 2 drivers, both admin as well. There'll be some good banter in the chat, I'm sure. Lennon on the inside, coming out of turn 9, Padang. Timo thinks he can take an opportunity, but does slot behind. Going side by side through turn 10 is very risky. It's such a high speed entry. There's 99% sure there's going to be tears. Giza and Terry Reds just watching with intent, waiting for their opportunity as well. Ted Head has closed the gap now on this train and battle for P3. It'll be interesting to see what moves he can make. Everyone else is finding it a little bit difficult to make any sort of moves. Terry Reds testing those track limits to the limit and get himself a penalty. Just over a second now for Portuguese as he's pulling the trigger with a couple of laps to go. Not quite within DRS range as of yet as Benedict right on the rear gun of Brutus. This should be an opportunity for an overtake. He's a couple of tenths behind as they approach turn 7. Not quite there yet. Oh, and Brutus goes deep. And a switchback opportunity for Benedict in the Mercedes. Slight wheel bumping as Brutus has the inside of turn 9. Defends the exit. Benedict is trying to make a move, but just has to slot behind again. Brutus, some hard defending from the Williams. He wants another podium. And it's all fair. Benedict will have to work hard if he wants to get himself onto the steps and spray that champers. Although it is a sprint race, so it's one of those little small ones that those women on hens drink. You know, the hose. Yellow flag and Michael's out. He's crashed out coming round turn 15. It's a little bit too late for any sort of safety car. As Adamaco and Six Pompano, maybe those medium tyres are struggling now as they're locking wheels going around the final couple of corners, but Adamaco is just ahead. Six Pompano loses out to Ted Head as well, who will have DRS as the inside of turn 1. Ted Head up to P6 now. Oh, I don't think he left Adam enough room though. Adam's gone off track. That will be one for the stewards room, I'm sure. If I know Adam, a video will be with us, I'm sure. Linazukan and Acatemies exchange positions once again. 15th and 16th. If there's yellow, if there's red arrows, you've got to leave room for the driver. And Ted Head did not, and I think he should give the position back to the McLaren. And he may avoid a penalty if he does do so. At the moment, he has not. And it's been a few corners since. Acatemies and Linazukan playing Alpine chicken. Will we see them take each other out? And bumper car Ben sniffing and waiting for an Alpine collision. Portuguese now within DRS range of the Sauber. Both on the same tyre strategy. And he's got 1 lap to make the move here, the Red Bull. Here's, of course, these two are... Oh, track limit penalty for Portuguese. That's his race win out the window then. These two at the top of the Div 1 Championship. Portuguese leading by 2 points. And so every point is crucial, and Amadi will have this settled now. Portuguese will put pressure on, try and force a mistake, potential error for Amadi, but he's a seasoned driver, knows what he's doing. Benedict still stuck behind Brutus. As Catamese and Linazukan at it again. Bumper car Ben right on the rear of the Alpines. Will he try and make an overtake on the final lap? Capslock Benedict and Brutus all fighting for that P3. It's going to go to the wire as Adamaco on the outside of Ted Head. As Ted has lost a couple of places. Around turn 9 was a bit of a collision between him and Adamaco. Or was he just offline out the corner? There's a tyres just wearing now. Adamaco on the hards, of course. Probably the better tyre strategy. And I think he'll be happy with P6. Catslock just dropping a little bit as we jump on with Amadi. As he comes around the final corner, will take the sprint win. The Portuguese will come home P2. Massive 12.5 seconds gap between the cars behind. Some rapid pace for the front two. Pushing hard. I think there was a bit of battling going on behind, but Brutus comes home P3. Benedict a couple of tenths behind in P4 with Capsock P5. Very good drive for the Ferrari for the season. Adamaco P6. Ted Head jumps 6 Pompano up to P7. The Aston Martin comes home P8. Callum P9 and Timo round off the top 10. You got Lennon followed by Keys, Terry's, AJ, Linazukan takes bragging rights in the Alpine ahead of Catamese, and Bumper Car Ben at the rear. There are results here. Amadi taking the sprint win, pushed hard. Portuguese fought back, but that track limits penalty cost him a chance of the win. Brutus be able to take P3. Benedict coming home P4. Capsock coming home, P5, Anamako P6, Ted 7th, 6 Papano 8th, Calamanson P9. I think Timo takes the win in P10 for Elite. Lennon takes P2 and Kiza Giza P3. Terry Reds comes home 13th, AJ 14th, Lenazukan 15th, Katami 16th, Bob Carpen rounding off the finishers. Damon Hill saying Amadi and Portuguese in a totally different league. Oh, what's occurring? We've got spitting happening in the one-shot quali. I think Timo's used preset 2. Feedback from Adam as well. He said the mediums weren't that great since lap 6, so hards were the better strategy. Great recovery drive from Ted Head. Damon Hill reckons there'll be carnage. I don't reckon there'll be carnage because it's a one shot. It's a one shot quali. Does that mean we get rain in the race as well? I do not know. It will be a surprise for me and a surprise for you. As we are getting underway, someone's readied up again, and there's going to be a harsh penalty for that. You naughty boggers! But we'll jump on and have a look once again. Let's have a look and jump on with 6 Pompano then in the Aston Martin. And I haven't got tyres. Everyone's on the inters then for this race. As he comes out of turn 3 along Republic Boulevard, approaching turn 5. Want to brake as late as possible. Very difficult in these conditions. Avoid the wall. No DRS in quali with these wet conditions. As we go down Raffles Boulevard, approach turn 7, heavy braking zone, clip the apex, avoid going deep or you will invalidate. Ted Had has invalidated once again. Round turn 8 to Stamford, a 90 degrees right-hander taps the wall. That's going to cost him a couple of tenths. Round the left-hander of Padang onto at St Andrews Road. Portuguese P19, he's struggling. Maybe he's got his setup for dry conditions. Round the Singapore Sling, blind left-hander of turn 10. Very intricate middle sector, across Anderson Bridge. Left-hander here, hairpin corner. You want to get a good exit. It's very tricky again in these conditions. As Amadi leading the way once again with Timo in P2. Katami's in P3. Now that will be saying something. Turn 14, right as we end sector 2. And that's an invalidations of 6 Pompano. His lap is over. He'll be starting near the rear. As we come round turn 16 and 17, the chicane go wide at turn 17 to get a great exit out of the corner. Through dry conditions, it's a flat out where you're going to see the Singapore Flyer observation wheel. But Amadi takes back-to-back poles. Quite a few invalidations here. This is going to make the race very, very interesting. And here we have it, Amadi on pole once again. Timo, P1 in Elite, joins him on the front row. Katami's in P3, best qualifying of the season. Benedict joins him on row 2. AJ P5 with Adamako alongside him on row 3. Kiza P7, Callum P8. Benji P9 and Lizuka rounds off the top 10. Now that's mixed. Capstock P11, Wesker P12. He was leading the way. Michael P13, Bumpercar Ben P14. Ted Head Lennon, 6 Pompano, Terry Reds, Portuguese and Brutus, all invalidating. This race is going to be cracking. Those that have been readying up for qualifying will get a slap on the wrist and a penalty when they get found out. Now, do not ready up for the race, you knobheads. You're not going to be told anymore. You get told before the race. You get told every single week. Do not ready up. Please, let drivers sort out their fuel strategies. Let them sort out their tyre strategies. It's, of course, a 50% race. No special race beyond now. So, potentially, I reckon we're going to see maybe a 2 stop out. 1 or 2 will try and eke out the one stop. It is high on fuel consumption, this track, I do believe. So, unless you're expecting a safety car, which there's an 83% chance, 33% chance of a VSC. It'll be interesting to see everyone's strategies, especially with the grid of how it's turned out. Let's do one shot wet quali every week. That's incredible. I'm stunned. I'm having a slurp of my neck lube. That was a literal slurp because I didn't realise how thirsty I was. Jeez. So let me know in the chat, who do you reckon is going to be your podium? And let's just go your official podium. I haven't got the brain capacity at the moment to figure out your platinum and elite. I'm going to go for Amadi to win. He's been Mr. P2 for so long. Oh, we are actually getting underway. I'm going to go Ted. Oh, Ted Head's at the back as well. I'm going to get Amadi P1. Brutus at the back as well. I'll go Amadi 1, Callum 2, Benedict P3. Now let's have a look at the strategy then. So most drivers starting on the hards then, that's quite interesting. Mediums for Timo, Benedict, Callum, Capslock and Bumper Car Ben, who are looking to get a good launch off the line. Damon Hill reckons Amadi P1, Benedict P2, AJ P3. Oh, interesting. I'll eat my hat if AJ gets P3, but he'll also get a massive round of applause. Singapore, you love it or you hate it. It's a Marmite of a circuit. First on the calendar in 2008. Generally known for having a safety car every single race. As I said, an 83% chance. One of 6 nice races we've had on the calendar alongside Qatar, Bahrain, Sakir, Jeddah and Vegas, which we've already seen this season. It was, of course, the first GP when 2008 to be held at night under the lights. This track has 1,600 custom-made spotlights taking you around the circuit. Approaching turn 10, where just been through turn 10, which used to be a high curbed chicane, but they lowered it over a weekend where there's so many incidents, and change it to the blind corner we know now in 2010, which increased the corner entry speed by 40 kilometres an hour. This is a 4.9 kilometre anti-clockwise circuit with 19 corners, 12 to left, 7 to the right, with 4 DRS zones, 3 detection zones. 29.1 seconds pit stop, so you don't need more than you want, so you might see 1 or 2 one-stoppers happening. Amadi will lead us around and jump into the grid spot. Timo joins him on the front row with Catamies and Benedict in row 2. AJ, best qualifying of the season, P5, Adamako P6, Kiza P7, Callum P8. Be interested to see what he can do from there. Our Div 1 champion, Benji P9, our Div 2 champion. Interesting. Lap that up. Leonard Zucker ran off the top 10. Capslock and Wesker on row 6 with Michael and Bumper Car Ben just behind. Ted Head, Lennon, Six Pompano, Terry's, Portuguese and Brutus will all be firing their way up the order, I'm sure. Let's hope they're not going to be too aggressive and buy their time. Oh, Ted Head's going to have a good, bad launch off the line, invalidating his grid box as well. Amadi has a 178 metre run down from pole to turn 1 braking point. It's not long to defend, but it's a lot. We've got 3, 4, 5. It's lights out and away we go here at Marina Bay. It's a good launch of Catamies, up to P2 already. Slots himself on the outside of Amadi. Oh, collides a little bit with the Sauber, but gets himself into the lead of the race. Big moves. Not big moves, actually. Bumper Car Ben finds himself at the back, though. He's crashed out coming out of turn 3. Lost traction and hit the inside. But no safety car as of yet. As it's all quite settled down here, as everyone's making their way through. Casey Geezer up to P6, battling with his friend, I'm sure, in voice chat. Has the inside coming out of turn 9. Great move from the Red Bull up to P6 as Ted Head ahead of Michael. Oh no, he's not. Michael still elbowing him out as we approach turn 10. Great driving there from the Visa Carb, not letting them through that easy. Portuguese P15 as Callum and AJ exchange positions. Visa Carb up to P7 now. Medium tyres are the better tyres, and now as some drivers will struggle to get the hard tyres up to temperature. Linazukan just on the outside, not getting involved. Oh, turns in on Portuguese, I think that was. Portuguese getting squeezed by the Alpine. Don't think he'll be too impressed with that. As Wesker and Benedict. DRS is not even active yet. The side-by-side coming out of 17. Managed to avoid hitting the wall, which is brave. McLaren on the inside, the final couple of corners. Benedict drag race down to the first corner. Katami still has the lead of the race as Callum ahead of Kiesa. Katami's defending well through the S-bends. Oh, the first couple of corners. This incredible drive here from Katami's. Night and day from the sprint race, as Portuguese does get ahead of the Alpine now up to P12, but is stuck in traffic behind Wesker and Benedict. Oh, it's all happening. Woo! But Amadi now with the aid of DRS. Lennon's dropped out. And let's see if we can get him back in. Lennon, of course, grateful for him to join us. He's not feeling that well this week. Hopefully he doesn't have the shits. You will not want to drive behind him otherwise, otherwise it'd be like somebody stuck in mud. Mouth full of poo. And Anderson does say it is a one-stop. As Terry Reds get past Lennon in his car. He's a ghost! Portuguese up to P12 now. Ahead of the Haas. Benji boy trying to follow his teammate, gets past AJ. Coming out of turn 13, got a better launch out of the corner. AJ though, Lennon's never lagged out ever. Well, you have now. Have you I've taken up my invite. Who's that off the track? I think Adams missed his braking point at turn 16 and has to slot behind. Callum is now up to P4. Timo's got ahead of Katami's as well as Six Pompano and Michael. Trying to get past Lennon, who's found himself near the back of the grid now. Portuguese ahead of Benedict. Now up to P12. Benedict, how's he end up in P12? Did he start there? Well, your prediction of him being on the grid is out the window. Katami's holding his own at the moment in a train. This battle for P1 goes all the way down. All the way down. I'm looking down, all the way down to Brutus in P14. Benedict and Ted Head having a great battle here for P12. Ted Head on the inside, but better exit for the Mercedes. Brutus having a look on the inside of the Haas. Oh, he had a contact with Timo. Okay, I'm sure we might see a steward report, although Benedict reserving, he may not fire one in. He's here for fun. Helicam, lovely new addition. As drivers now settling on lap 3 out of 31. 1 and 2 gaps starting to form as everyone's just starting to manage their tyres. They want to try and do a one stop. Callum trying to make an overtake at turn 16. Oh, snap of oversteer for Callum as he exits the chicane, but he's cemented himself in P3. Terry Reds and Six Pompano having a great battle at the end of the lap. Portuguese picking up unlike him, track limits once again. Michael in the inside of Terry's. Terry's, after battling with Six Pompano, didn't have the best exit out of turn 19. Portuguese laughing his way past the McLaren up to P10 now. And the other one to get as high as possible and try and minimise the penalty that he's attained. As Amadi and Timo have broken away from Callum. Has Callum made a mistake somewhere, as the front two just launched themselves free? Both on different tyre strategies, of course. Timo has to make use of these medium tyres. And Timo doesn't always have the best qualifying, but he's seems to he's Mr. Sunday. Of course, leading the way in the Elite Championship. Let me bring up the league standings he's got 18 points gap between him and Lennon. Yellow flag. Further down, Lennon is back with us in his car and doing a fantastic job so far this season. As I just said, he's P2 in the Elite. Oh, what's happened to Callum? He's in the pits. Has he got damage, or is this just an early pit stop for the Visa Carb? Now this would be interesting. Callum, as I said earlier, is doing no line for the first time this season. And it's an early pit stop then for Callum, which says to me he's doing a two-stopper. There's no way he's going to go to the end on hards. Hasn't had a wing change, and will find himself at the rear of the order. Don't go across that line. You'll get yourself a penalty, and you'll get yourself double. Because you're the champion, you'll get a double Italian hand, and I'll end up dropping my controller. Benedict and Brutus on track once again at turn 8. Brutus has to slot behind the Mercedes. These two battling hard in the sprint, of course, at the moment. Benedict having the bragging rights. Look like he cut turn 10 there. You won't want to do that too often, my friend. Very tricky bridge section. Easy to lose an end plate. Front two. I've got a massive gap of 5.5 seconds now. Amadee. This just must be Amadee's circuit. He hasn't been this quick all season. He's been quick and he's been there and thereabouts, but there's always been battling around where he's had mistakes, but he's got himself out the front. He's towing Timo along with him. Amadee's absolutely the Flying Scotsman. He's got that name for a reason. And proving why he's got many championship titles under his belt. And I think this will be a bit of pressure off his shoulders, getting himself a win that he's been craving for so long. Adamako past Katamis up to P3. McLaren having a great drive, and as I said in the sprint, this is one of his favourite circuits. Katamis under threat from Kiesegeezer on the inside, slightly squeezed out from the Alpine, but I don't know if he had enough of the corner. Capsock and Benji side by side. These teammates won't want to collide. Benji getting squeezed out by his teammate in Portuguese, looking on the inside of the Div 2 champion. Was a move on there? I'm not so sure. With him having no line, he has to make his moves quite wisely. Callum up to P19 now. It's getting quite feisty as people's tyres starting to wear, especially those on the mediums. Adamako's already dropped the Alpine Academy, so Adamako, he's on for a potential podium here as Capsock and Kiesegeezer side by side out of 14. Capsock in the Ferrari will try and get himself near the podium as well, but Kiesegeezer having the drive of his life, and we've got a car out. Bumper car Ben has crashed out. It's a VSC. The Visa car, the Kick Sauer, sorry, is out. And will we see one or two drivers jump in the pits and capitalise on? I think missed the pit stop. Capsock is in, getting rid of those medium tyres. That makes sense. Italian hand gesture for Ted Head, speed in the pit lane. There's always one, and somebody's got one for ignoring flags, but we've got Ted Head, Benedict, Capsock, Terry Reds in the pits. Callum, of course, will lose out some time to these guys in the pits. All going onto the hard tyres. Will they try and go to the end? That would be quite interesting to see how their strategies play out. One or two jostles. Oh, VSC has ended. VSC has ended. I forgot it's VSC. I was so used to so many safety cars over the last few weeks. I don't know, I'm doing so many jostling for positions. I thought I was losing my mind. Amadee's caught Timo slightly off guard on the VSC restart. Or maybe he's just got better tyres as Brutus. Making moves on the Nazukan up to P12. The Williams approaching turn 10. Adamako all on his own here in P3. His only rival will be himself. Just needs to be consistent on his laps, avoid crossing the white lines, and control his tyre management. And he could be on for a very, very good podium here. What was that shadow then? Fucking hell, Codemasters. Hot stepper cheering on Benedict. Benedict currently P17. Reserving for Jax Daniels, of course. Katamise has got Keys Geezer and Benji Boy all over his gearbox. He's returned. He's returned as a reserve for us. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be back full time with us next season, if I do recall. But it's always good to see him back, and he needs to show his worth. He can't just get a championship and then scuttle off under the bed for no one to see ever again. Benji and Keys are doing a fantastic job here. Currently 6th and 5th. Battling with their previous Div 2 rival. Portuguese past caps lock then up to P15. Both. Oh, and there's a clatter from the Red Bull. He's still got his end plate, but he'll have a slight damage to his wing. And that was caught on camera. I'll lap that up. Hot stepper cheering on Adamako, his McLaren teammate. What about Wesker? Don't forget the Austrian that eats absolute slop. AJ currently running P9. He'll be cheering on Arsenal, I'm sure, which I've got. I'll give you live score updates. Anyone that watched the match last night, it was an absolute classic. You're not going to get one of them in the Arsenal game tonight, I can tell you that. Arteta versus Simeone. I'm already asleep. Hot stepper cheering on Wesker, of course. Well, you've got a good half an hour or so before we see you in Div 2. As we're on lap 9. Those that haven't already, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, Terry Reds will tell me off. And those that have not joined us before, we do have the 2 divisions. Div 1 you're watching now, and Div 2, which will follow around 9 PM UK. We race on Wednesdays. Div 1 starts at 7:30 UK. And in each division, we have 2 tiers to make it a little bit more exciting. So Div 1 you're watching, we have Platinum, the top 10 drivers, and Elite, which are the second 10. And one from each tier will represent, will be slotted into a constructors team to try and make that constructors battle absolutely fair as possible. And as the constructors stand, Red Bull are leading away on 113 points. Portuguese and Keys are doing a fine job, but are hot on their heels is Amadi and Bumper Car Ben, but Bumper Car Ben won't have helped that. The only driver to retire so far. They are only 4 points behind, and chasing the pack are the McLaren of Adamako and Wesker, which will get some big points after today, I'm sure. But that battle will close as the season unfolds. 2.5 seconds now, the lead for Amadi on Timo, whose tyres must be struggling a little bit. He's going to try and go to, I'm sure, about lap 14, 15. It's going to be very, very difficult for him for the next few laps, as we saw with the sprint. Adamako doing a fine job, as I said, running P3. Katami still going P4, defending well from Keys and Benji. This is going to be a good battle. And I think whoever finishes ahead of each other, there'll be a... Oh, we've got another crash out, and it's AJ. AJ's crashed out. It's a full safety car. I think he's crashed out over the bridge. Anderson Bridge, by the looks of it. And we've got a full safety car. Those that haven't pit, I'm sure will do so. AJ Amadee's in, Timo's in. Those that have already pit and gone on hards, I'm sure we'll see them going as well. Adamako carries on and through. Interesting. So AJ carries on he's got the same record as Not So Elite Dave. Katamise carries on as well, staying on these hards. Giza carrying on as well. Now this is interesting. Benji's carried on, Wesker's carried on, Six Pompano's carried on. Amadee's come out on mediums, who's definitely got to pit again then. So he's banking on a potential another safety car. He's not going to be able to go to the end on these tyres. Timo's come out on the hards. He may be able to go to the end on these tyres. 20 laps is going to be a big ask though. Callum stayed out on after his early pit stop and will be P9. Are we expecting rain? Because I can see some Inter tyres on Lennon and Linazuken. This makes an interesting call for those staying out. I love strategy calls. I love it when love it. Hot Steppers cheering on McLaren. Adamako taking the lead of the race and will lead us away on the safety car restart. But this could be an absolute masterclass I was going to say stroke. I'm going to have a stroke in a minute. If anyone hears me slurring any more than I am doing, call an ambulance. I'm going to have a heart attack, I swear. So this to me makes me think there's going to be rain. These two going on inters. It's a little bit early, and I've done this myself, especially when there's a safety car, is it puts some inters on. But then sometimes I've been caught out that the rain's come a little bit later than expected. But surely Jeff and Mark, they always tell you the right thing. This does mix up the order. Brutus and Tedhead right at the back here. Them and Michael have put on fresh mediums, so they're not thinking the rain's coming anytime soon. But putting on mediums, they have to do it. But thinking that the rain's going to be a little bit longer. I can't see any drops as of yet. Safety cars lead us around for at least another lap. Oh, there's a fly. 1 second. Where are you, little fuck? I'll get you. And your little dog too. Yeah, this does mix up the order, and it can change. It's going to change the potential podium finishes here. I'm all in a tiz, and I'm going to have a quick slurp before we get underway again. So out of the 20 runners, we've lost 2. AJ's having a cry and he's giving up again. He does it all the time. I appreciate him joining us, but sometimes you just got to persevere. Right, are we seeing any raindrops yet? Not just now, and I think the safety car, if it's going to let us know it's going to be in now, I may be doing another lap. We're going round again. So those that are expecting the rain, I think it's coming down safety car. Oh, that's a late call. Fucking hell, Codemasters. Talk about... I think Adam would have absolutely loved to try and build up the safety car, and he's been shafted here. He hasn't had time to warm his tyres up. But he's going to lead us away. You have to wait for the safety car to go in. You can't overtake until the timeline, which creeps up really quickly. Six Pompano's got himself another penalty. Ignoring the yellow flags, he's gone into the pits. He's gone to serve his first penalty, I think. bit of a strange time to do it, but it looks like he's going to put on some hard tyres again. Armides enters. Terry Reg is in for Inters. I think that rain's coming. I can't see anything yet. Oh, I can see drops. I think it's a little bit early, but Adamako's underway. He's got over a second to Katames in P2. I reckon they're going to go for 1 or 2 more laps and jump in. Michael and Benedict having a good battle here as we approach turn 8. It's always been a crop of those that have gone on the inside that have struggled. Timo and Wesker battling for P5 and 6. Timo's got better tyres and he'll have to pit again though. Armides found himself at the rear end and putting on those Inters, but is gaining on Linnezuken. That is still no reference though. Linnezuken is on the Inters though. We got a yellow flag. No, I'm been duped again. The yellow flag is from the safety car. Oh, nice snap there from Caps Lock as he approaches 14. I think we're going to see a cluster of cars going to the pits as 1 or 2 try finding traction difficult. Callum drag racing with Wesker up to turn 16, has the inside, leaving each other plenty of room here. Brilliant driving. Oh, Wesker just rides the curb, clatters with the Visa Carb. I think Portuguese got caught up in that collision. DRS is enabled. Oh, it's enabled, so 1 or 2 still carrying on. Benji, Benedict, Wesker going into pits for Rinters then. Thinking now it's time. Lennon's absolute stroker masterclass and Linnezuken pitting earlier have basically gained the pit stop then. And Lennon is the net leader once everyone jumps in for those Inters. Timo getting past Geezer on those fresh tyres up to P3. Closing in on Katames. 6 Pompana at the back after those penalty. Benji Boy and Terry Reds having a good battle again. Former Div 2 rivals. Benji up to P14. As Timo now getting past Katames. Those fresh tyres are proving advantageous at this point. But when will they pull the trigger and decide to pit? I would have thought they'd probably look at pitting, but Lennon isn't exactly gaining here on Portuguese. I know Portuguese is a little bit quicker, but you'd see a bit of a gain. Callum overtaking at 14, Geezer. Capslock and Geezer dragging. Oh, Capslock lost his traction going around 15. Span. Oh, we saw that. That was unfortunate. Geezer just losing out to Callum. No massive loss there for the Red Bull. Hopefully he hasn't got any damage as we see drivers dive into the pits now. Adamako, Timo and Katames all carrying on. Timo's caught up to the McLaren as Michael and Portuguese carrying on through. Capslock, Callum, Geezer, Brutus and Tedhead all into the pits to put those intermediates on. This is cracking stuff. I'm lapping it up. Feed me some chum, I'll eat it all. And Timo now takes to the lead of the race with the aid of DRS. Down to turn 7. I think Adamako just trying to stick with the Haas. As Lennon's running P6 and he's now caught up to Portuguese. I think Inters is now the right tyre to move on to. Capsock hasn't pit yet. I would have thought he would do unless he's expecting the rain to go. And they're just trying to hold out as long as possible. Tedhead past the McLaren of Wesker, now up to P15. This is going to be interesting. Timo storming away from Adam. 10 laps offset as Adam just loses his back end. His traction is proving quite difficult in these conditions with his tyre length. Will we see them pit this lap? I'd probably say it's it's better to do. They must know something I don't. Are they expecting it to dry up? Adamako's in. You can see the rain hitting the runoff, and it's going to be proven quite tricky. So Timo takes the lead of the race. Italian hand gesture for Michael. Where's Michael? He's getting himself a penalty. Yeah, clown. So Lennon now goes 3P2. Lenazukan P3. A fantastic drive. Where will Adam come out? Armadi's gone through. Katamis is in the pits with him. Portuguese has followed in as well. Benji boy's coming down the start-finish straight. He may gain 1 or 2 places. They all do as they come round. It's going to be chaos coming out of the pit lane here with so many cars. Oh my God! Look at that. Portuguese has found himself down in P13. Teller just ahead of him. Katamis has come out P12 after the pit stops. Probably stayed out a little bit too late. That rain is coming down a little bit harder now. Lennon is gaining time on Timo. Armadi's come out P4. Adamaku behind Callum in P7, but it's a big train. Big train. Anyone watch that? That was a great show. Kizagiza and Katamis side by side through turn 8. Again, a very difficult one where we've seen a lot of drivers going side by side. I wouldn't say it's the most popular overtaking opportunity, but it's happening. Portuguese ahead of his teammate. Kizagiza letting him past. Great team play. I'm rubbing myself over that tonight. DRS is now disabled, so that gives you the hint. Timo, the only driver on hard. Oh, and Benedict and Terry Reds was that. Well, Benedict just got squeezed out of turn 13. Timo is now in the pit, and Lennon in the Williams now takes the lead of the race. And for somebody that's not very well, may shit his pants at any time, could win the race here for Div 1 at Singapore. Linazuka running P2, having a fantastic drive in the Alpine. The Alpine needs some massive points. They've not had the best fortunes, but the Swedish driver having a cracking drive, and he's got a 12-second advantage over Armadi in P3. This is their race to win and lose. Timo's come out in P4, so he's lost a couple of positions, but in for a chance for a podium if he can close the gap on Armadi. Well, that's asking something, to be fair. Benji running P5, Div 2 champion. He's leading a train of cars behind him, all close and bunched up as we see Katamis closing on Terry Reds, approaching turn 7. Has the inside line. Terry Reds leaves in plenty of space. Great overtake from the Alpine, who had a great qualifying session, of course, in these conditions. I think the cat likes the wet. Everyone loves a wet pussy. Ha-ha! Portuguese ahead of Terry's as well. Terry's just going slightly offline. He's just got his head. Oh, lots of traction coming round turn 10. And Kizagiza will try and capitalise on Terry's mistake. Terry Reg struggling in these conditions at the moment as he tries to get some... Well, they should have temperature in his tyres at the moment. He's been on these for 4 laps. He's just not doing very well. Six Pompano having a look on the inside of Wesker. It was a late move. Wesker saw him coming and stays ahead for now. Pompano with the massive penalty though. So no, he'll try and work his way up the order as much as possible. Inside of 16. Wesker's been... Oh, Pompano didn't leave him room. Wesker's gone off track. Will Six Pompano let him through? If it was me, I would. Brutus and Michael, teammate, compatriot, sorry. Always find each other on the circuit. And as it looks like Six Pompano has not let him through, there's a high chance that if that's reported, that will be a penalty for the Aston Martin. 1.5 seconds, Lennon leading the way over halfway through, lap 18 of 31. And Armadi's gained 3 seconds on this front two. Come on, Armadi, I know you want that win. Don't spoil the day. He'll shit all over you. But no, whoever wins this race deserves a massive round of applause as Armadi's pushing. Back end just drifting round turn 12. Callum in the Visa car doing well from P6. After that early pit stop. He's found himself in a very, very decent position and will try and put pressure on the Ferrari. Oh, almost misses his braking point. Almost hits the back of Benji and goes deep. He'll put him under the threat from Adamako, who got a good launch out of 14. It's quite difficult to overtake in these conditions. Has a look in the inside of 16, but tucks back in behind the Visa Carb for now. Callum, though, has proved he's human over the last couple of weeks. Oh, Giza going off as well. Did Six Pompano do the same move as he did with Wesker and not give enough room to the car he's overtaking. Brutus past Wesker, who's lost out a couple of positions now, as he lost his head as well. Down to P16, the McLaren. Wesker running P4 in the Elite Championship. Just tucked behind Terry Red's, very tight between him, Terry's and Benji just behind, 3 points separating them. So they'll have a good inter-battle as it stands. Six Pompano driving with his elbows out. Probably driving with a bit of anger with himself for getting, or with the game. Having a look on the inside of Terry Reds. Now that would have been a move. Not quite the opportunity. Oh, Terry's goes deep. Clatters his back end off the wall. Just couldn't break enough. Stays ahead for now and goes deep at 13, which will open the door for the Aston of Six Pompano. Six Pompano gets himself ahead with better launch out of 13. Terry Red's really struggling and dropping down the order. Will struggle to get himself onto the elite podium as it stands. As it stands, and look at Ahmadi's now under 4 seconds behind Linazukan and about 7 seconds off the lead of the race. 11 laps to go. Pulling away from Timo. I think Benji might actually been catching Timo. I'll keep an eye on that. So as it currently stands, Lennon will take the elite win, with Linazukan taking the platinum win. But I think Ahmadi's going to catch him. This will be a good, interesting battle if Linazukan put a defensive show on. He'll celebrate by throwing meatballs at you. You can see Linazukan just struggling in these conditions, dropping back from Lennon. Ahmadi. These wet conditions have got harder and harder as each lap's gone by. I don't think it'll get to wet tyre conditions because the wet tyres are pants. Callum just dropped a bit back now from the Ferrari and has to look in his mirrors to the McLaren of Adam. Adam sensing a great opportunity to make an overtake. Off they go. Towards turn 16. Bendix found himself now in P8. And a great drive. Recovery drive again from Ted Head. Brutus and Terry's drag racing to 16. Brutus on the inside. Terry Reds leaves him plenty of room. Now that's how you overtake Six Pompano. Oh, Brutus almost clattering the wall. Lose a bit of traction on the curb. And that will give Terry's a slight sniff. He's got a sniff because it's cold and raining. As Ahmadi up to P2 now. Making the overtake at turn 7. And we'll look down to try and make a move on the Williams of Lennon. And it's got 5 seconds and 10 laps to go. Keys and Wesker having a great battle. I'm sure they'll be mouthing off each other in the voice chat. Wesker's just slightly ahead, but Keys got the inside of turn 9 Padang. Wesker better extra on the outside. Keys just ahead of Michael, who's tried to have a look on the outside. Michael, of course, not having the best of races. I think at Baku last week, as Callum managed to get past Benji finally. I think Benji's made a mistake somewhere. Portuguese and Ted Head having a great battle as well, as they come near the end of lap 21. Count stuck behind the Ferrari for a long while. Has managed to make the move, and it's another 8 seconds or so to catch up to Timo. I think Callum will be happy with P5. Ted Head getting past Portuguese once again as they just bump wheels coming out of the S-bends. Portuguese will try and fight back going around turn 5. Left plenty of room by the Haas, and the Haas leaves him plenty of room and gives himself a penalty and a clatter on the wall just for jokes. Now cost him a little bit of time and traction out the corner, as Adamaka and Benji are both off track. Benji has the inside. They're not going to go 3 wide, surely. Oh, I thought Benedict was going to poke his nose in. Adam has the inside coming out of Padang. Very feisty driving from both. I think they locked wheels going out of turn 7, as we see Ted Head clatter the wall once again. Benji getting past, going deep out of turn 10. Benji's struggling here. He's losing positions. Has he got damage? He doesn't. Oh, I thought he was going to hit the wall. Katamise is trying to take his opportunity. There's no room there for you, Katamise. The door was strong and firmly closed in his face. His face went flat like an actual cat when it's looking down. Portuguese on the outside. Oh, just classes a wall. Trying to make a move on Katamise. Katamise defending from the Red Bull. Red Bull looking feisty as the inside of 16. Oh dear, I don't think Katamise left him that much room. These guys need a bit more spatial awareness. And oh my Christ, Arsenal 1-0. Oh my Christ, please be disallowed. Oh, I cannot stand it if Arsenal win the Champions League. They're not going to be fair, they're not going to beat PSG or Bayern, but just even get the final, God. The worst fans in the world. Very feisty battle going on here. At the moment, Katamise just ahead of Portuguese. We drop down and see Wesker and Terry's having a great battle. Terry's just slightly off circuit through the S-bends. Penalty. Jokeres. Wesker going really deep and picking himself up a penalty. Pretty much did what Ted Head did there. As we see a battle for the lead of the race. Lennon defending as much as he could. But a brilliant overtake from Amadi through the middle section over the bridge. It's not often you see that there. And Lennon taking a quick look at turn 14 as we see Michael and Keyser. Michael overtaking on the inside of turn 8. There's a hot spot for overtakes. I have not seen it happen there in all my time commentating. Lennon, cracking pace here from the Englishman with shitty pants. Can he stay with Amadi? Can he force him into a mistake? Now that'll be the question as he drifts around the final corner. As it stands, it looks like Amadi's got better line and traction going through these high-speed corners. Six Pompano and Ted Head having a good tussle here for P11. Approaching 16. Six Pompano's managed to make the move. Oh, and Ted Head's hit the wall coming out of 17. Where is he? He's managed to get his car going again. He's in the pits. Don't speed in the pit lane. Almost goes deep at the turning. And we'll have to change his wheel and his DNFs, and thank you for doing it in the pits. Ted Head on his return to full-time driving has clattered the wall and called it a day, and that will slow down the charge for the Haas constructors points. Currently running in P6. Amadi now 2 seconds ahead, and the Flying Scotsman will, without doing it himself, should take his first win of the season, and it'll be a long time coming, but there's still a long way to go, 7 laps or so. And those that want to join us for Div 2 race following this, it will follow up pretty much straight after. I think we're going to be a little bit late as we finalise this race. Terry Reds and Keys are having a fine... Michael having a fine scrap. Michael getting past Terry Reds. Terry Reds struggling in these conditions. Probably not his favourite track on the calendar. Oh, and he clatters the wall, which will clip up and stick in the steward's chat. You prat. Timo here is caught up to Linnezuken. Linnezuken's struggling on his tyres here. Timo's got 6 lap fresher ones, and Linnezuken, of course, has the track limits penalty. Timo flying and got himself settled in these conditions, which I think I've just eased off. Now it's not as hard. Now, what would make it interesting, actually, if the track... It stopped raining, it went a little bit dry for the last couple of laps, and everyone had to dive in the pits. That would be quite brilliant. But I think it's a bit too late now. Katamise taking Portuguese and Pompano with him, trying to hunt down Benji. Benji's proved himself over the last few seasons. As Katamise goes deep, coming out of turn 7. I think Portuguese saw him come back on track. It was quite an abrupt re-entry, but it put Katamise all in a tiz, and an opportunity for Portuguese to try and make a move. Katamise going hard on the defence. Was that aggressive by Portuguese? I think it was. It was hard defending, and it's a VSC as Portuguese has hit the wall. Will we see anyone make a move into the pits? I doubt it. Maybe those that have been on the tyres for quite a while. Tedhead says he can't drive in the rain for the life of him. Lennon carries on through as well. It's a lightning storm. That's quite interesting. Timo just moving around, trying to put some temperature in his tyres as the race is neutralised. Still unable to get past Linnezuken. Callum running P5. Let's hope nobody gets a silly drive-through. We do not want any drive-through for speeding under the safety car, the VSC. Who will be napping. The Academies going hard on the defence, who are just too close to each other. Collided. And Linnezuken's got the drive-through. You weren't listening. What have you done that for? You've cost yourself big-ass points. Michael in the pits then. Is he expecting a dry race? Has he gotten a penalty? Has he got a drive-through? Did Michael get one as well? It looks like Michael got one as well. You silly sausage. Amadi now 5 seconds in the lead of the race. 6 Pompano and Katamise battling hard at turn 8. I don't like that camera angle. I can't see the corner. Brutus gets past Katamise as well. Katamise going slightly offline. Trying to defend hard in these conditions, and 6 Pompano elbowing his way through. Is he being too aggressive, and that's what cost Katamise a position? Or was it just traction? We'll never know because that corner angle is naff. But Brutus splits the two. Currently running P10. Callum doing well in here, P5. He's got Adamak and Benedict still with him. Both waiting for Callum to make some sort of mistake. Callum doing his no line has struggled once or twice this season. And has made more mistakes this season he's done in his whole Lights Alley racing career. Linzuken doing his drive-through. That is an absolute shame for the Alpine. He's going to lose quite a few places. And he's cost himself big points. Lap 27 of 31. Armadi's got 7 seconds now. And Timo's got just under 7 seconds to try and close in on Lennon. But Lennon, he's going to do well. 20 odd laps on these tyres. He's got a very high chance for a podium, but which position is it going to be? He just needs to keep it on track. Linzuken coming out on P12, splitting Portuguese and Wesker. Still raining a bit, but the conditions have eased slightly. Benedict just trying to adjust his tyre temps, just going out of the dirty air of Adam. It's a big pusher train here. Brutus and Six Pompano pushing Benji across Anderson Bridge. Benji defending hard here, but can Six Pompano get past? He's not quite close enough yet. I thought he was going to do a late lunge. I think's better of it. Will he try and make a move that he's been done quite a few times at turn 16? Benji defends the inside. Six Pompano makes the move, but he's just not quite close enough as yet. Great defending there from Benji. And they go round again. Six Pompano loses out to Brutus on the exit of the final corner. Brutus with slightly better tyres, but I wouldn't say he's got that much of an advantage. Katami's just waiting to pounce like a little pussy that he is. Little kitty. Terras and Keys are in caps lock having a battle for P14. Unfortunately again how it's fell for caps lock. As Wesker passing Linzuken. Linzuken probably struggling on these 17 lap tyres now. Brutus now keeping Benji on, is pushing him through turn 10. I hope you took your pound with you and put your pound in the trolley. Make sure you get it back. There'll be some hobo who'll try and claim it otherwise. Timo under 2 seconds now to Lennon. Lennon will find it quite difficult with a couple of laps to go. Can he carry on until the end? But I think Timo's gaining at a rate of knots. Will Timo steal the elite victory out of Lennon's shitty hands? Can Lennon hold on? Portuguese getting track limits. I've never seen him gain so many either. It's always a lot more difficult in the midfield when you're following cars and pushing. Caught in dirty air. Can Lennon hold on? I think everyone will be watching, try and cheer on Lennon to get the elite win. Amadi, 12 seconds. He's away with the fairies. He's gone. He's been tossing those cabers, warming up, chomping on that haggis. He'll celebrate with a deep fried Mars bar. He'll lift up his kilt in celebration and show us his wiener. Big gains here from Timo now. He's right on the gearbox of Lennon. Under a second now, and I think Timo, without error, should make an easy enough overtake on the Williams of Lennon. He's put a fantastic performance in. Great strategy call. Play to the conditions, play to the safety cars. As Amadi started the penultimate lap. Will try and defend as much as he can. But Timo has 6 lap better tyres. And will have a better chance on braking. I'd probably say he's going to do it at turn 7. Brutus right on the back of Benji as well. Not able to make the move yet. I think he's going to do a personal video, Guna. That's where you can sign up to watch his celebrations. Amadi will do like a, what are they called? You know, when the celebrities do that video where you can buy them. Timo not close enough to make a move yet. Oh, lost of traction in the dirt. Yeah, coming out of 7. What's it called? Anyway, if you want to know, just subscribe to his OnlyFans. Lennon, great defence as they're approaching turn 10. Timo doesn't need to do anything stupid here. Just taps the back of Lennon. Very difficult place to overtake here across the bridge. He might have a better opportunity getting a better launch. A cameo, that's the one. Cheers, Guna. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Is it Linazukan? He's having an absolute mare. He's lost an end plate. Going down turn 6. And it's going from bad to worse with the 19 lap old tyres. But Lennon's still defending hard. Approaching 16. Timo just pops and has a quick look. But Timo is pushing Lennon all the way around the circuit. There must be a time where Timo might be able to make a move. It's got to be at one of the hard braking zones. Lennon defending the inside of turn 1. Lennon, a seasoned driver as well. Not the time where Timo can make a move yet. This is going to be a cracking finish. And this will be a brilliant result if Lennon can hold off the Haas charge. Defends the inside of 5. But Timo, little snap of understeer. And that affords a bit of breathing space for the Williams. This is brilliant defence, brilliant attack, brilliant driving from both. Timo not close enough to make a move yet. Will he try and do it at 8? Well, everyone's been doing it the whole race. Not yet. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Timo trying to do a switchback move. Has a look on the outside of 10. Lennon defending the inside. It's going to be a drag race to 10. But Lennon defends the inside. Oh, just tap of the end plate. I think Lennon had all right to have that corner though. Defending the inside of the corner of 13. And on the exit, Timo, they're going to try and drag to 14. But Lennon defends the inside again. This is a brilliant show of defence. This must be Timo now. Should have a better line. He's in the slipstream of Lennon. Amadi crosses the line and takes the win in Singapore. Congratulations to the Scotsman. But Lennon's defending the inside. Oh, little braking. Oh, I don't think he expected Lennon to be so slow. And Lennon will come home P2. A brilliant defence. I think Timo would have been slightly frustrated from that. But Lennon crosses the line, takes P2 and the win in the elite. Timo comes home a 10th.5 behind and takes P3 and P2 in the elite. Callum takes P2 in platinum, with Adamako taking P3 in platinum. Benedict coming home P6. Benji Boy will take P3 in the elite if he can cross the line and hold off the cars behind. Katamis jumps up and takes P8, P9 for Brutus, P10 for Portuguese, 6 Pompano down to P11 after penalties. Wesker P12, Terrez 13th. Oh, he hasn't crossed the line yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. He will cross the line P13 with Kiza just behind him. great battle, just a couple of tenths. P14 for the Red Bull. Capstock comes home P15. Linsuken limps home after what could have been for him P16. 21 laps on his tyres, the same as Lennon. Different fortunes. And our final driver, who I forgot. Ah, what a race. Guna, get your knob in your hands. There's a pre-show here for Amadi doing his celebrations. The Scotsman taking the first win of the season, and it's been a while, and I think he'll be breathing a sigh of relief. Congratulations to him. Fastest lap goes to Benedict. He's a reserve, I don't think it will. Driver day is given to Brutus. Most overtakes given to Portuguese. Driver day given to by the drivers, and point given to the one that's gained the most, Amadi, and it looks like it might be Lennon starting from P16. Incredible driver. Amadi takes the race win. Congratulations to him. Lennon takes the elite win, and looks like he's going to get the point for most positions gained. Timo getting P3 and second in the elite. Callum getting P4. I'll be happy with that. Adamako P5 and Benedict P6, fastest at 35. Benji P7, Katami's 8th. Brutus P9, Portuguese ran off the top 10. Six Pompano 11th, Wesker 12th, Terry Reds 13th, Kieser 14th, Linsuken 15th, Michael 16th, Capstock 17th with Ted Head, AJ, Bumper Car Ben, all retiring from the race. Some fantastic performances, some what could have beens, some mistakes and errors that maybe shouldn't have happened, but that was a race and a half, and big congrats and big up to the Div 1 boys for putting on a great show. If you want to see the Div 1 boys again, join us next week at 7:30 UK, where they're going to be in Melbourne for round 5. If you want some more Lights Out League racing action, join us in about 5-10 minutes time. We're going to be a little later than scheduled, but the Div 2 boys will be doing their stint at Melbourne, so I shall see you soon, very soon. My name is Alex. This is Lights Out League Racing. Peace out.